Today we're talking about the key differences between studying and working full-time in Australia. From lifestyle to finances, visa rules and even social life. Whether you're planning your move or just about to graduate and stuck between the dilemma whether to study again or try working full-time, this will help you decide what's right for you, or at least guide you in that way. Now, I've been through this myself. I have a whole heap of videos on my YouTube about studying in Australia, moving here, studying here, working here, and there are a few key differences compared to when I was a student versus now when I can work full-time. Let's first talk about studying in Australia. Number one, you're on a student visa, which restricts you to only work 48 hours per fortnight during study periods and unlimited hours during your study break. At least that's the case at the moment. But the main focus should be your study when you're on this visa and a student, not aiming for full-time work or trying to get the best job or best hourly rate. And it's a true balancing act. I remember having assignments due while working late at night. Not ideal, but very common. It is more of a structured life though, which is a bit of what I miss about it, and it's varied, but that also can mean less freedom. Your uni timetable, exam, group projects will take up a lot of your life, and they will all come first. It gives you a week's structure, but you don't have the same flexibility as someone working full-time and knowing exactly when you're off so you can do your own thing. And thirdly, you'll have part-time income. You'll probably be working casual or part-time jobs, which I've made a video about as well, like hospitality, retail, admin. And you can earn about 25 to 35 per hour when you're a student, depending on where you work, and of course more if your employer is willing to and you've got the skills. And it is often enough for rent and groceries, but not really more. You'll splurge on a few things every week or a few months, but you won't have a lot of disposable income compared to a full-time worker. But you do get student discounts and community perks. Uni students get discounts on subscriptions, movie tickets, events, and pretty much everywhere you go. You can say you're a student and get a student discount. Plus, student life means more clubs and societies to join, more events that you can be a part of that are at unis, free food days at uni, and a built-in way to meet people, whether that's at uni social events or at uni housing if you live there. So there are a lot of touch points where you can meet other people. Now let's talk about working full-time in Australia and how that differs. Full-time means you can work 38 hours a week or more, but that depends on the industry. It could be a strict 9 to 5 or something more flexible, or maybe you'll always work overtime after 9 to 5 as well. It really depends on the company. In my first ever full-time job, I was truly amazed that people actually left at 5 o'clock and didn't have to think about work. Like when I was at uni, I was juggling so many different things and side hustles that my mind was always switched on. But with a 9 to 5, I was like, is this it? Is this all I do? Which is kind of freeing in a way, because you know when you can switch off and go to the beach, and the work-life balance can be real. But like I said, depends on the company again, because some companies will, demand overtime or just demand a whole lot of work that can't just be done in 9 to 5. And legally, when you are employed, your overtime is covered in your salary, so you have to kind of do it. Number two, it is steady income. With a proper salary, you can save, invest, travel, and move into a nicer place. Like, I was surprised when I got my first paycheck from my full-time job, and I was like, I get all that for working 9 to 5 and then just switching off. It felt like a great deal to me. It was a huge shift from budgeting every cent during student life and not knowing when I can go out and if I can even afford to go out even when I wanted to. Another perk of full-time work is getting paid leave and superannuation. As a full-time employee, you get paid annual leave, so every year you can leave a couple of days or weeks paid by the company to have time off. You will have sick leave, so when you're sick you don't have to take work off. You'll still get paid if you accrue that. And employer contributions to your super, which is your retirement fund in Australia. These benefits add up fast if you keep working full-time, obviously, but it is more responsibility and pressure. Like I said, deadlines are real, expectations are higher, you're always supposed to be professional, on time, delivering the best, getting results constantly, and there's less room to learn and wing it. The transition from uni to full-time work can be a bit of a shock if you're not prepared. So whether you're in a lecture theatre or a boardroom, life in Australia looks pretty different depending on the path you take. So if you're still figuring it out, don't stress. You can start as a student and work yourself up. That's what a lot of people do, and you can always go back to studying. Learning never stops, but it's definitely good to have time to dedicate to it. If you're considering studying in Australia or moving here, like I said, I have a whole heap of videos on my channel to help you. I've also opened up a membership on my channel recently, which is very exciting, where you can join and ask questions and interact with me more. I've been getting flooded with so many questions on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere that I'm not able to keep up. So I've opened these channels to dedicate a space to it, or you can send me a super thanks comment down below and it will highlight your question and I will be able to attend to it more. So thanks for the support you've shown so far. I will still keep posting videos on here about the popular topics and whatever you need answered. So feel free to still leave a comment down below or check out my Instagram for my lifestyle in Australia to know more about me, and I'll see you next time.